Hey, this is Big Papa Pump Scott's Diner, and you're listening to Shoot the Shit.
This is Eric Young, and you're watching Shoot Shit.
We are live, episode 135, behind the shoot of Shootin' Shit, because technically this is not how the episode was started. I mean, we've got Dennis and Shane down there. What's up, Shane?
What's up, gentlemen?
So, sorry, we had to keep you up tonight, Shane, but we wanted you to be here for this big moment. You know what? I think it's just easier to do this fast and heavy. Dennis, the boys here at Shootin' Shit have watched 5-star takes.
It's okay.
And
it's all right.
It's a good show,
it's
man.
Fine. It's fine.
You know what it's not? It's not a Shootin' Shit recap show.
No, it's not. It's actually become its own entity with two very special guests.
Yeah, and I think we've seen that coming, man. I think we always knew that it wouldn't be able to be confined to a recap show from the show. So
you can't keep the beast caged.
Well, no, hell no, especially when he walks in with ass backwards with his pants down. You ain't gonna get in the way of that, dude. He's forcing his way in that fucking room. You knew it wasn't gonna be a recap show for long.
So
come on, man.
We've got
That's
you
like Bo Jackson saying, "I'm just gonna hit from the left side."
I can't be a recap show because when you clowns don't do a show, how can we recap nothing?
Oh shit!
Oh,
you know what, man? You know, forget what
we take it
back.
back.
Do now. Let's take it back,
dude. I'm so weak.
No good for you.
But no, hold on. Don't leave. Here it is, then.
Aww, you got
some brand new threads.
He's like, aww.
Some brand new threads, man. That. You guys, you're your own thing, man. You needed your own look, something that said 5-star takes. Me and the boys were actually talking about it last week when we watched the last episode because we do watch. Yeah, you know, we give you shit, but we watch. And we're like, yeah, no, this is his own thing. He needs his own groove. He doesn't need to have, you know, just our logo up the top. No, he needs something that says 5-star takes. So we got this put together for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do.
Thank you again, gentlemen. It's super cool.
Yeah, man, you guys are doing a great job and you're killing it, man. I'm so glad when we talked about this, I was like, dude, it would be awesome to have 2 shows underneath the Shootin' Shit banner. You know what I mean? So besides that, you guys are saying you're killing it with your show every week. And with us jumping around on different topics and bringing in new content and doing other stuff, you know what I mean? Like I was watching your guys' show to realize what I was missing from the week before usually because, you know, I don't always get to watch and my life is a whirlwind right now, but you know, you guys are doing awesome, man. And I'm really proud of you, dude. I knew you would find your groove and, you know, and I think you guys with Isaac are it's a good fit, bro. You're hilarious. I love watching the show.
And I thank you for those kind words and knowing that, you know, you guys, I mean, obviously, you know, we have friendships that, you know, go way beyond the show and way beyond the world of professional wrestling. I mean, we're talking about our real life, you know, no gimmicks needed, you know, we're all friends here and stuff. But I mean, I know you guys would always have my back no matter what, but just hearing you guys say those things, you know, I mean, I'm sure Shane hearing this, because Shane just came aboard a couple weeks ago. I mean, first it was me. I didn't like how it was coming out. Then I was like, you know, I'm talking to Giovanni thinking, I'm like, you know what? I'm thinking about bringing Isaac on because Isaac's been wanting to do something with me for a while. And then we did our one show and Shane's like, I want to get in on this. And I'm like, you know what? Let's do it, you know? And it's just, I mean, it's really turning into something. I mean, it's, you know, starting to become what I always envisioned 5-star takes to being. So, I mean, I want to thank Shane. Hey, you know, happy belated birthday to Shane, who just recently turned. What was it?
Somewhere between 21 and 42, and I'm not really sure.
There you go, brother.
And it's like I said before we started recording, Shane and Giovanni and Sean can definitely back me up on this. It don't get any better as you get older.
No.
I don't know, man. I'm having a pretty good time. I got to be honest with you. I'm having a pretty good time. I'm at a finally getting to a point in my life where I'm getting a little peace, man. So,
You know what? And I mean, and
there's
knowing
something to say to be growing old, bro. You and me both know when you first met me, we wasn't sure I'd still be around at 50.
And you know what though,
So,
and I'm so glad you are, because like I said, you've been there for me through a lot of difficult things, the last few years and stuff, and I mean, and everything that you're going through, I always say this before. I always try, I'm always checking on you, even when you don't answer my calls, because I'm not privileged enough to for you to answer the phone.
brother, if I ain't answering your calls, I ain't answering anybody else's too. You're just one of the many at that point.
But yeah, fair enough. I'll give you that. But
you really are, dude. If I'm not answering my phone for you, I'm not answering it for anyone. You might as well figure.
I guess I never even thought about it that way, but it's your thing, man. But you always know I got your back.
I know that, brother, and I appreciate it. And I'm really proud of you, man. I know a lot of people would let this eat at them, but you didn't, man. You dug in, you figured out what you wanted to do, and you put together, I think, a pretty good crew and a pretty good show. And we want to help promote you guys, and you guys can, obviously, it's under our banner, so you guys run with it and do what you want to do, and we're going to help support you as much as we can. And
we're
feel
going to do
free
the
to
same
use
for
the
you.
page and everything else, man. TikToks too, if you guys want to do that shit, throw them on the page, bro. We'll we'll let you guys use our ticket, whatever it does, because when one of us prospers, we all prosper, man.
Speaking of TikToks, where have the TikToks been lately?
Talk to Detroit up there.
TikToks are under construction. We're trying to learn how to make them the way that'll get the most eyes. So with that comes a lot of trial and error.
And apparently we're learning it very, very, very slowly.
Hey, greatness takes time, baby.
Uh-huh.
You're going to give me shit? You couldn't even get your headphones on today. Goddamn.
Oh,
Shane, we love you, baby.
I deserve that one.
Later, gentlemen. Thank you again. Appreciate it.
I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you later, buddy.
Cool. Sure, we'll talk. Bye, guys.
Bye, brother.
Making that chili.
All right, Dennis. We are going to get into our normal formation for the night, and then we are going to start this video. So,
alrighty then.
Without further ado, we love you. 135 is coming. Hit that video. What a week. Let's start off with the fact that at least two of us showed up for work today.
Right. Well, I can't really talk shit, man. I mean, I've been on vacation every other week now for about 3 months, and I'm sorry about that, but it's all settling down, kids, so take it easy.
Soon to be coming to you from the Wolf's Lair. It's going to be some badass shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited. Went down and seen the place yesterday, did a little measuring, figuring out the layout of my room.
Nice. Yeah. Got room for the swing and everything?
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, the Premier Joey K is down with what can only be called the Philadelphia flu.
I thought it was going to be way worse. I thought he was going to say something way worse than that. I was waiting for something way worse because he's not here to defend himself.
It's probably going to get bad throughout the night, but we're going to leave it we're gonna open it with just the Philadelphia flu. We don't want to tell you how you catch it in Philadelphia, but they've been known to climb poles when good things happen. So go figure. Mm, mm, mm.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's what happens when you eat ass, Joey. But there we go.
All right, I'm back. I'm ready.
Let's Sean, I know you don't watch NXT, but NXT actually broke wrestling Twitter, my friend.
I have been watching NXT.
Oh shit, blow me away.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, or the big bad booty mama, Jordan Grace, man.
Dude, I can't tell you the last time I marked out like a kid. I can't tell you. I'm sure it was probably, I think maybe when Sting showed up on AEW, like the very first night with all the smoke and everything. I remember calling Matt Arrington, being like, "Dog, are you watching this?" Because like this is pretty fucking. But that was when AEW was killing it.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Jordan Grace. I've been a huge fan of Jordan Grace for a very, very, very long time. She is probably, in my opinion, at this moment right now, the most complete women's wrestler. She could go into any company and make anyone look like a fucking star. She is that fucking good. And she's strong as shit. She's got her body tight, great promo, intimidating presence. She can work her ass off. I mean, dude, she's going to ragdoll. Dude, she will. She'll ragdoll rocks. Roxanne Perez don't even have come close to the strength. I mean, the girl's a power lifter and been a power lifter for most of her adult life. She just recently started training as a bodybuilder and stuff. So I was blown away by it. I think it's pretty cool that, they're making it. It's kind of like what Vince was doing with ECW back in the day, except he's doing, Triple H is doing it in front of everybody. I mean, dude, it's like he's just got his finger on the pulse of what's going on. And I think he's been holding this stuff back for so long. And then once the old man was gone, Jordan Grace will be in the WWE full time at some point.
Here's my thing.
This is the second time they brought her in a big spot.
I like that you say that. I like that idea and that thinking. But what I love even more is Jordan Grace being that TNA flag bearer every time she's shown up.
Yeah.
And
dude, that's gotta be tough, dog.
Yeah.
You're walking in the unwanted stepchild of professional wrestling that's been kicking your ass for years, content wise, by the way.
Yeah.
And dude, there's no intimidation. There's no backup in that. She's just a badass, bro. I love her to death.
Yeah.
I talked to her personally so many times when we would go to the Chicago Heights shows for Warrior Wrestling, oddly enough. And that's where I met her the first time. And that's when she was a little thicker. She was wearing the black, white, and blue, singlet. Doing the big arm poses and stuff. I mean, she was gorgeous then, but I mean, she wasn't what she is now, which is just chiseled out of granite, So yeah, man, Shawn Michaels and Triple H are going to revolutionize professional wrestling, bro.
So here's the question.
We wanted to do everything they ever talked about on the road, every hotel conversation. It would be like if me and you and Joey and Dennis they said, "Hey, we're going to have you guys run this company. What do you want to do?" Dog, remember when we was in the basement and we was talking about this storyline and what that would have been like, the what ifs of pro wrestling that we, all love to expound on, even though most of the time we don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
That's right. It's like there's a show I've been cooking up with pro wrestling what ifs coming soon. But this is the big question though. And is this going to be a play on, the Forbidden Door bull crap that Tony Khan did because people are saying, or Jordan posted that she went through the prohibited portal. So they're saying this is going to go both ways. The WWE is going to let some people go to TNA. TNA is going to let some more people other than just Jordan Grace jump in. Who is that first TNA person we see in the WWE?
Dude, are you asking who I think it
Yeah.
should be? Oh man. Well, if you're not putting a contract in the hand of the walking weapon, I don't. Dude, WWE fans fucking love that style of wrestling. Kurt Angle, Chad Gable, who was the guys before that?
Chris Benoit.
Dynamite Kid. Yeah, man. Anybody who threw suplexes or anybody that got in there and got like, dude, that guy
Made it look real.
He will. Shelton Benjamin. Oh my God, what an underrated fucking star.
Gold standard.
Oh my God, dude, so underrated. You talk about a guy who was just like, hey, dude, you're the greatest guitar player that's ever played. We're gonna have you play on 500 solo singles.
Yeah.
And they're all gonna be hits, but we're not gonna let you have your own record. Yeah, Shelton Benjamin's the man, bro. I don't give a shit. Josh in the WWE, I think would be completely awesome. And to be completely honest, I think even your guy Moose. I mean, if I'm being honest, not smart assy and fucking with you about your love affair with him, dude, you can't deny that the guy's put in the work. I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
He looks like one of those fucking dolls that you get from the store that the kids play. I mean, he's chiseled out of stone.
Yeah.
And he wasn't, he was
He
always
was
a little thick, a little heavy, always had a little belly fat. And I mean, he wasn't like out of shape, but he wasn't like he is now, dude. It's that gimmick, that Moose thing. His deliverance of the character is way more aggressive than what the gimmick applies.
Right.
If that makes sense.
No, I completely get you.
I get it. He's a big guy. They called him Moose. He probably called him when he was a basketball player or something like that.
Football.
But he needs something, man. If he came into the WWE, they threw him in there with MVP or maybe Bobby Lashley because he could flip and go heel with either one of those guys, and they would all have. Dude, he can work. Like his in-ring work is improved. Like his movement's faster, his timing's better. Like you can tell he's like found a rhythm.
His matches with Omega clearly above and beyond what he has been in his whole career. The matches with Omega just set it apart for me.
Oh, absolutely, dude. And then then you got your other guys like Eddie Edwards. I like him a lot, dude. I love Eddie. To me, he's a little shy of being a modern day Mick Foley.
Yeah. Because Eddie does have the Japan ties too to kind of bring it closer.
He's got that cult group of people that like him. Like, I'm not saying I'm part, but I do. I've always liked his work, but he just reminds me a little bit more of a more athletic Mick Foley, but a less aggressive, less daredevil Mick Foley, So, he's got to find something there. But Eddie Edwards in the NXT, dude, in NXT would. And here's the thing, bro. When you're coming to NXT now, it ain't a demotion.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it's, an instructional, the whole point of the place is for getting people trained and ready to go and building stars and teaching them everything. But, we got a lot of the older guys going down and working with the kids and coming back up. And financially, dude, that's going to benefit you in the long run because once you can't do this forever.
Yeah. So flip it around for me. What WWE person are we going to show up in TNA? Or who would you want to see show up in the TNA match? Because there have been rumblings, Cedric Alexander being one of the first ones to call out Ali for that belt, the X Division belt. Apparently Moose and shoot, who was it? Moose and Drew
uh,
McIntyre. Sorry, Drew
no,
McIntyre and Moose had old school beef that McIntyre tried to pull up on Twitter.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure that, dude, I'm not a huge, I like Drew. I mean, for what he does, it's awesome. He don't blow me away. You know what I mean? I mean, he ain't as talented as Barry Windham. He ain't as strong as Roman Reigns. I mean, he can do everything really good.
Yeah.
I'm just not like
he doesn't do anything great.
I mean, it's the same shit. I mean, he's a solid worker, but it's just nothing's. It took him forever to find this, and then he's just going to keep doing it. So, but Baron Corbin with Moose.
Ooh, I like that. The Lone Wolf Corbin again.
Lone Wolf versus the Moose.
I like it,
Dude, that Baron Corbin can go. I don't know how they keep fucking this up. Please somebody explain that to me.
I don't get it. The kid is super safe. His finisher looks like $1 million.
They have fucked him up so bad.
Yeah.
What they need to do is send his ass to Japan. Let him go to Japan for like 6, 8, 9 months, like Gordy and Bam Bam used, Bam Bam and Steve Williams used to do, and let him go over there, man, and just start. They love big ass white boys that'll come over and scare the shit out of them. They do, man. They do. That's the guy Gene. That's what the ones that get over there are all big, scary guys. And Corbin's a big dude, and he's athletic as shit, and he's just big enough an asshole. You believe it. He'd be great in Japan. He'd be so over in Japan, and then he can come back, man.
I love
all they're
the
seeing right now is happy.
Yeah, I like the Gaijin nod because for me, my guy to go back to TNA, I want that last match, and I don't care who it is with. To be honest, I want the top Gaijin. I want AJ Styles to go back to the place that he built for one good match.
I wanted to. Well, I mean that makes complete sense. But what kind of match would it be? Would it be?
It could be with anybody, honestly. It could be the old school versus new school, Moose and AJ. It could be AJ and somebody that's been there forever, like Eddie Edwards, who's considered, the bloodline of TNA. But to be honest, the old school guys is AJ.
Yeah.
AJ, Daniel, Samoa Joe, Shark Boy. Those guys built TNA. And just to have AJ go back.
If we're talking about guys going from WWE to TNA to help get WWE guys over, or help get them, like, it would help. I think it would help Corbin.
Yeah.
Or not Corbin. Yeah, Baron Corbin. That's what I meant. Baron Corbin. It would help. It would help Baron Corbin, dude. I think it would be great for him to be in a new atmosphere, new asses to kick, new people to work with. TNA is up close. Even when you go to the live shows, dude, there's no bad seats because you're so close. You can feel the heat coming off the place. I think he would be awesome there. But if you wanted to help a TNA star get over, then AJ Styles is 100% your choice. Because here's the guy who left TNA to get all the way to the show, and he comes back cocky, that Bullet Club AJ.
Yep.
Chip on the shoulder, fuck you, I'm the best. Jerry Lee Lewis, follow that killer. AJ, right. That guy. Hell yeah, man. I can see that.
I can see that. All right, man. Transition from this new world. Let me hit on one thing more from NXT, because as badass as Jordan Grace was, there was also another debut, shocking surprise, coming fresh off of his contract expiration with AEW. All ego, Ethan Page, who seems to be keeping the name, is in NXT and put himself in the main event, man. The main card against Trick. What do you think? Damn, no love for all ego. Is it because he's Canadian?
No, it's because he can't work.
Oh, someone had to say it.
Come on, man. And don't get me wrong, dude. I like all ego. I hope all bullshit aside, because I just give you shit about him. He's a solid worker, dude, and he deserves a shot. And he definitely was going to get in AEW. But that's the great thing about what's going on in the WWE right now. He might find fire, man. He might get in there and just scratch, rub some sticks together. There might be a spark, and then boom.
I'm going to tell you what I'm scared of.
He can work. I mean, he was always a little, for me, My problem with guys that are like in shape, out of shape, you know what I mean? Like he's jacked up top and he's got that
little poof,
that little soft stomach of his that he had. And my problem with that is, dude, that shows how lazy you truly are, because you're willing to work hard enough for your shirts to fit right, but you don't want to be in shape. Well, it's true. Dude, if you ain't working to get in shape, then what the fuck's the point? And that's why he's kind of went, I think, kind of half speed, half ass everywhere he's been. Now, TNA, he got over big.
with the walking weapon.
Yeah. But when they split those guys up and he went off on his own and went to shit, and that's because he didn't have Josh there to hide all of his defects, man. I mean, he's a good worker. He really is. Great promo.
If you pull a previous episode of ours, I swear we talked about the split, and I'm maybe 90% sure that I felt like out of them two, Ethan Page maybe had the leg up because we had never seen Josh Alexander do the promo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was just going off of what we saw on paper. Ethan Page.
No, and I get that, man. But Josh was ready for it, and he wasn't, man. I mean, he wanted to. He even said that, like, he wanted to keep tagging. He didn't want him to. He was upset that they were breaking up the tag team, man.
Yeah,
and that's why Josh is Austin, and he's Pillman right now. Not that both guys weren't great. I'm not saying I hope he don't die. I don't want him to die. But I just feel like and the reason why I say that is because I feel like he's in the right place. Because if he walks into that gym with his shirt off, chest and arms all pumped up, that Triple H will eat him up, bro. They will eat him up.
Let me tell you what scares me about Ethan Page.
I bet the Ethan Page we see in NXT is in the best shape physically that he has ever been in his entire career, and he will get over if he does that.
This is what scares me about Ethan Page, because he has a lot of the same tools as this one guy I'm about to mention, and I really, really like this one guy in a certain time of his career when he was hitting all the strides, but he just couldn't put it together. But Ethan Page is Ethan Carter III.
Yeah.
He's EC3.
Yeah, he pretty much is, except he's not as talented and not as good a shape.
He doesn't have it all together as EC3 did. The shaved EC3, the control your narrative was such a good thing, but to have to lose it the way they did because of how everything kind of turned on it, if he would have done that in the right place with the right structure,
well, I mean, dude,
money.
I mean, if we're being honest, he's the one that's all ego. I mean, that's the reason why he's where he's at, man. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes people just feel like they're, you don't send a letter to McMahon begging for more money. Nobody's bigger than the show, bro. Nobody's bigger than the show. Austin wasn't bigger. Hogan wasn't bigger. Randy wasn't bigger. Nobody's bigger. Nobody.
And the show always goes on, which may be happening to a couple of expiring contracts, man. Big news coming out. Becky Lynch, free agent, or at least contract expires as of June 1st. And then another big one, Chad Gable, Shorty G. He's going to be out of a contract next week too. I think they're saying common knowledge is Becky's probably going to take some time off to do the mom thing.
Mm-hmm.
Gable's up in the air.
Should.
Yeah, no, she's earned it. She's definitely. We thought she was going to be gone.
She's been working as a pro since she was 15 years old, man.
Yeah.
I mean, she's earned it. She's still one of the top stars. I mean, she is one of the top female stars. Luckily for her, everybody just got injured at the right time. And no, and I don't mean that in a bad way, man. I always, even in NXT, I never understood why she never got a strap.
Right.
They all got them. She's the only one. I mean, she has.
The last kicker was over too.
Yeah, and Becky could work. She made all them girls got over because of Becky. She got every single one of those girls. That's why they all loved her, and I'm pretty sure that's why they have the weird thing now, because it took her, kind of going, "Fuck you, I'm going to do it on my own," and she did. She ain't going nowhere. I mean, she might take some time off, bro, but Becky Lynch is a WWE girl. She will never, ever, 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 ever sign with anybody, period.
Yeah, no. She's a lifer.
No. She's too many people there she's loyal to, Yeah.
What do you think about Shorty G, Chad Gable?
My problem with Chad Gable is simply this, man. no matter where he goes, he's still going to be 5'7", 160. And I don't mean that as a diss. I'm not disrespecting him. The guy is quasi genius, fantastic. I mean, unbelievable, legit wrestler. I mean, he is a legit. The guy can stretch the shit out of you. He's like a mini Kurt Angle. But that's the problem. He is a mini Kurt Angle. He's a mini, man. If they came out with a cruiserweight division and actually did something with it and ran it like the UFC runs their, I mean, like a legit, don't be picked. They don't get to move up and win the big belt, man. This is your fucking weight class. You stay right the fuck here.
Yeah.
You know, and they'd be barn burner matches, man, and everybody would love them. And when the card's over, chances are those guys are going to be the ones that win match of the night and all that shit. Now they'll never main event of WrestleMania unless it's another top cruiserweight that is they find a rhythm and work off each other so good that they can build an audience with them. But you know, I mean, Chad Gable was a phenomenal talent. I don't see him leaving because I feel like anywhere else he goes, you know, they're not
New
going to
Japan has Super Juniors.
Now, New Japan. Okay, he would. Chad Gable would. Chad Gable is tailor made for Japan.
Yeah.
And what I like about Chad is he's not one of those guys that went, "I'm not going to be big enough. I got to use steroids, or I can take this. Or I got not that." We all do what we got to do to play, man. I'm guilty just like everybody else. I'm the guy. I freely fucking admit it. I've experimented with it. I have used them openly. But I'll tell you right now that he don't. I mean, that guy.
No pimples on his back.
No, man, and he's as muscled up as he's more like Bruce Lee strong. Okay. You know, I mean, he from feet up, dude. He's solid as shit, but he ain't over bulked up. Like, you know, you put him next. I mean, he's basically the same height as Tom Billington. Look at, put him and Billington together. Billington was so muscled up he couldn't even put his fucking arms down or walk without his butt clenching up, man. I mean, that guy was, he was injecting ungodly amounts of steroids at that time because they didn't know that it fucking tore you up later on in life, But yeah, I love Chad. If he could go to TNA and win a belt, no problem. He could go to MLW, win a belt, no problem. NWA, AEW, even he would out wrestle anybody. Let's be honest. There's only a handful of guys that he couldn't outwork in AEW.
I believe you.
I
believe you. Well,
what about you?
Man, I think we've settled with Becky. She is going to take some time. I don't think she's going anywhere. Like you said, that's a lifer. Gable is interesting because he fought his way out of the Shorty G bullshit. He kind of has something going with the breakup of the whole Alpha Academy, but then I don't know if that's being done because he hasn't signed and they're trying to split them all up.
Yeah.
Maybe it's his farewell arc, or maybe it's him trying to play himself into a future, storyline. And
I don't know. Now, I don't know what kind of value he think he has to be fucking playing games. You better just take what they offer you and be done. So,
right.
Yeah, man.
I don't see him being
3-inch shoe lifts are expensive.
God damn, that's fucked up. Yeah. I don't see him being a big marquee name anywhere. No pun intended. But yeah, dude, I just it's best for him to stay put. He needs to stay home, take whatever deal they're gonna give him.
Yeah.
At least he's not in catering, so he really doesn't have much to bitch about.
Them plates and shit away, dude. He'd get a great burn on his calves though, because he'd be on his tip all the time, man. It's like reaching up and shit. Picking cotton. Calves. Picking cotton.
Jeez.
Ross, I'm reaching up to show how short he is. Reaching.
I got that. Yeah. The pick cotton. Yeah. Yeah. For those of y'all who aren't born in the South, cotton grows on the floor.
Yes, it does.
Unless you have cotton trees like they do up here up north, it's a little weird.
Yeah, but that's just dumb shit. That's just some
it's not the normal.
Some white man crossbreeded a cotton plant with a tree, and now we're fucking picking the shit out of our yard year round. Thanks, buddy.
Great job.
Botany's awesome.
What an asshole. But talking about assholes, I miss our asshole. I know you miss our asshole. He's not here with us tonight, probably because he licked some asshole. But AEW got their asshole back. MJF finally making his debut return with the most god awful tattoo since Cody Rhodes' neck. Jesus, dude.
Let's just be honest, man. CM Punk and Randy Orton corner the market on cool wrestling tattoos. Everybody else is just, other than Aleister Black or Malachi Black and those guys, man, because they're fucking. I mean, look at what's dumbass when it's with the in the AEW Darby.
Darby with the
Dude, that proves right there he's got hit in the head too many times. Who the fuck goes? This is what I want. And can you put it right here? Can you just like right here?
I
want
wanted
it
to
really
look like
scary and
I want a tree's dick
I
right
want
here.
it to look like a junior high kid grabbed a tattooed gun and tattooed my face. That's what I want. He probably paid thousands of dollars for that bullshit.
I'm dead inside. I want something for that, just right here.
Oh yeah, dude. Just that's right over the eyebrow. No. To the side. To the side, man. To the side.
Yeah.
Taking the left.
It's not a full face tattoo, you know? It's just
Yeah. He's not Mike Tyson, but you know.
Yeah. It's got a touch of it.
He's not literate either. I don't know where I was going with it. It just lost it right there. I'm sorry.
He's not full on Tyson, but he's not literate.
Come on, dude. He's not reading. Let's be honest, dude.
There's no way.
Darby Allin don't read.
That motherfucker got hit by a bus. I'm sure he doesn't do much more than just fucking breathe at this point.
He signs his name like this.
Oh, that's true. His signature is fucking D-A, like a V in the D, so he doesn't have to do a full A, dude. Yeah, no, you're right.
So he's so concussed, dude. He can't even complete the A. You know.
God damn.
Another
Let's see what his brain looks like.
Another straight line. I don't think I can do that. I go jump off a building. I'll be back.
Can't sign my name, but watch out, world. Fucking A, dude.
I'm gonna be a star.
Well, jump off real big ladders.
I want to thank AEW for putting me in the Hall of Fame. One of my greatest moments was falling from a 12-story building to drop an elbow.
That's 2 years from now when he's getting
so
rolled out.
To all the doctors at Mayo Clinic who put me back together and attached me to this wheelchair so I can move around.
He's getting wheeled out by Sting.
AEW for life.
They put my skateboards at the end of my wheelchair so I can skate again.
Joey's gonna be really up, dude. Joey loves Darby. Dude, he loves Darby.
Makes a lot of sense there.
He's a big Darby fan.
I bet he is.
He holds it in. Okay, buddy. I understand.
Talking about holding it in, man.
That was the worst fucking segue ever.
I had it, but I couldn't.
Good at that too. Shit.
I couldn't finish it. But
that's what she said.
That's what she said. Yeah. But that pay-per-view was full of just, what was it, Double or Nothing, full of disappointments, bad tattoos, broken legs, and just general what the fucks. So, I mean, I'm not going to really dive too much into it.
I mean, I enjoyed MJF's promo, man. He came out there, did what he does, and, you know, he's good at it, bro. Like, you believe him when he talks. I mean, yeah, the tattoo's fucking lame as shit. And I don't know if he's trying to pull off Hugh Jackman and Wolverine or fucking with, you know, Triple H with the I don't know. But I like it. I like it a lot better than them fucking short pant dress suits that he didn't know how to wear. I mean, definitely didn't know his tailor didn't know how to cut a fucking suit for shit because yeah. It's not supposed to show your entire ankle. You know.
Sean taking it to the 1800s. Don't you show
terrible suits, man. Those suits were just cheap and awful. It's a better look. I think it's and dude, his talent is reality. You know, the thing about him is we always know nobody really knew for sure if he was really that big a dick. We just assumed that he was. because he was so good at it. But we don't know he could be Andy Kaufman, for this entire time. But I mean, you can see the fire. I know it means more. I kind of like the fact that it means more to him to stay at AEW and try to make it one of the top companies on his back. You got to respect that, man. Like, fuck, I'll carry it. Let me try. I'll do it. Let me try.
But here's my thing.
You got to respect it, but you're not going to beat WWE, man. Ever.
You can respect
not right
it
now, anyway.
We're talking about a fucking sinking ship. We've said it week after week after week. It's not, to me, smart to be the fucking guys on the Titanic playing violins until the water fucking freezes your nuts off. Sometimes you just got to push the child out of the boat and fucking get the hell out of there, dude.
I mean, like, even Mark Henry, like, he's not coming back.
Oh, that's
Just
true.
all these guys that were like such integral parts.
Glock Anderson, Arn's not coming back.
Arn's not coming back. I mean, these guys that were like, it's almost like they've okay, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. You got 3 years of good checks out of us. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Yeah.
And Mark Henry, the way he sounds and the way he sounded on Busted Open, from what I heard, he's ready. He's ready to go.
Well, I mean, besides
at a certain point, man, you can't make excuses anymore.
Yeah.
How many years in are we? 5? 5 years. And they're still in business, but they ain't doing numbers. They can't be making money. They can't be selling that much merch. The only person that's getting rich off this shit is Homeboy at Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah.
And
we're not gonna
great product, and we're not knocking the product. They're a great
that we
great
love
product,
that Pro Wrestling
and we love Pro Wrestling Tees. We support them. They've always been part of the wrestling community, and they're a great company. But at this point,
they've been good to the show.
The guy at Pro Wrestling Tees is the only one that really knows how to run his business because, their
scan
numbers
that logo and buy our shit.
No doubt. He's running the guy at Pro Wrestling Tees is successfully running a business and continues to make it bigger and grow and take his time. He didn't run out as soon as a deal was made and buy a 3,000, square foot facility and hire a bunch of people and all this bull. Like he slowly, strategically built his business, and that business will be there whether AEW's in business or not, because every wrestler on the fucking planet has a deal with him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's making shirts for New Japan and, Legends, all of them. He's making money for a lot of people and he's doing a lot of good hard work. The problem is the product that it's attached to is not the guy running that show down in Florida. He ain't the same. No. It ain't the same thing.
I think what's happened, and we've talked on AEW quite a bit and how it's been going down. The main issue is we're getting tired. We've gotten past the honeymoon phase. We've gotten past the we'll give it a little bit more time phase. We've gotten to the point to even the things that should excite us, they do for the moment, but then the next week and the next week and the next week, you fucking killed whatever we had going, so it doesn't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
See Swerve Strickland, see whatever they've been doing with House of Black. I mean, the list goes on and on. I mean, I don't know anybody that I have liked in the company that hasn't been somewhat buried whose name is not John Moxley.
Yeah, dude, I don't know why the gods decided that John Moxley was going to be the kingpin of AEW. It just happened to work out that way. But you got to get Mox is Mox, brother. We always get it. It's not like we're not going to watch him fight.
This is true.
You know what I mean? It's kind of like Conor McGregor at this point. You're just like, oh, Conor's fighting? All right.
Dude, isn't Conor's fight coming up in like 2 months?
Yeah, man. I don't have a good feeling about that, but we'll save that for Broseph when he gets here. I think Conor's going to get his ass handed to him myself.
I would love Chandler to whoop that ass. I would love it.
Yeah.
Dude, Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz signed a contract to come back too.
Dude, I am so stoked. And I love fucking Nick Diaz. I love Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is that's a bad motherfucker right there, dude.
Yeah.
Just on his feet, his hands, judo, his punching, all of it. And then don't get on the floor.
No.
Don't even pretend like you're getting on the floor. Don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it. Do not get on the floor. You're done. You're done, dude.
There's something about a guy who, at the pinnacle of his career, damn near in his prime, said, "Fuck it, I'd rather smoke than fucking keep beating these nobodies."
Well, dude, he makes more money training anyway, I'm sure. I mean, dude,
Oh,
if you walk into a gym and Nick Diaz is in there and he is training you, and you go fight on a car and they go, all right, who'd you train with? Nick Diaz. All right, we're gonna put you in 3. We're gonna put you on a car. On you're gonna move up a fight just because of who trained you, so they can go. And now fighting from Santa Barbara, California, da 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 da. He was trained by Nick Diaz, and everybody will go ape shit. And the kid, I mean, Nick Diaz, dude, those boys are the truth, man. Yeah, there's some belligerent pot smoking little shits, but dude, those guys are legit. Like if I'm walking down the street and 3 guys are coming at me, and I can pick 2 people to fight with me, I'll take the Diaz brothers in every day of the week. Every day of the week, I'll take the Diaz. Compton slap them bitches. Let's go. I love them dudes, man.
It's a good question for a future episode. You get walking down the street and you got to pick 2 people to help you fight off a group of people. Who do you want? We'll take it out of the wrestling world. We'll take it out of the UFC, and it might be a good one. We have to look. We have to revisit this one.
Boxing.
Boxing too. Yeah, there you go.
In there too, man.
Dude, fucking Gypsy King could not pull the Undertaker routine this time.
Dude, that's his problem, man. He comes in out of shit. I mean, come on, dude. You're big doughy ass. It ain't even when you're in shape, you look fat, motherfucker. The dude, I don't get it. Like I've watched Fury fight a lot, and I don't understand. Like I just don't get. There's nothing fly. He's kind of like the Kevin McHale
of
boxing. What he does is impressive, but it just doesn't look like he's doing shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, him getting knocked out, I'm not surprised. That's boxing, bro.
Yeah, it's the way boxing goes.
Yeah, any Saturday night, don't matter. It's always one bigger, brother. Always one bigger.
You know, the funny thing is there's always one bigger. Kind of could be the subtitle to King and Queen of the Ring this year. Because the winners let you know that there's always someone bigger than you. Fucking Gunther and Nia Jax. There's always someone bigger.
Yeah.
You're going to need a bigger boat.
Now, the Gunther thing, Gunther going over, that makes sense to me.
It makes sense. Yeah, no, perfect sense.
You know, he gave up the Intercontinental belt. They're going to make a push for him. I'm sure he's going to. I mean, if this don't lead to, him and Cody Rhodes going at it, Prince Rhodes and the King going at it. I don't know. I mean, it kind of writes itself. You got to, when Gunther plays that heel role so great. Now, the women's, that didn't make as much sense to me.
Really? They're trying to rebuild Nia.
Well, dude, at some point, dude, Nia's got to rebuild Nia.
She has. She's lost a lot of weight. She hasn't watched as much recently.
She can't work, bro.
Oh, come on.
She's not a good worker. She's not a good worker. And I'm not even talking about her being unsafe. I think she's very safe. I just think she's big. And I don't mean that in the sense of like, oh, Jesus, bitch, you're fat. I don't mean it like that. I just mean as an athlete, sometimes when you're working with smaller people, they feel like they need to generate more speed to make it look real. And when a bigger guy is standing there and a fucking cannonball hits them in the chest, of course they're going to fall over.
Yeah.
That's just the way that shit works. That's why cannonballs were invented.
I mean,
so, I just don't think she's in there. They've not been really doing anything with her. Just every once in a while, she comes out and slaps some people around, but she hasn't won a match. She ain't really doing shit. Now, she almost killed that girl the other night with that Samoan drop in the corner, man. That looked brutal. That bitch probably broke every rib in her fucking body because that was ugly. I mean, it was ugly. It looked like she slipped and she went, oh shit, and bam, down they went. And that's a big broad, dude, sitting on your chest like that from 3 feet in the air. I don't give a shit what anybody says. So, I mean, anybody that works with her is that. they're taking a chance. But then, I mean, she don't have great feet. She's not super athletic. I mean, she ain't like, her uncle. Yokozuna was a fleet-footed big man. I mean, he had very nimble, agile feet. He could do, that super kick, that Samoan kick that he did, and that belly-to-belly suplex was just I mean, everything he did was solid because he was a hell of an athlete. She's got the size. I just don't think she's that athletic.
I like it. I've been giving Nia Jax a little grace because I've seen the improvements. I've seen, she has been putting a little bit more focus into the size aspect. She has thinned out a little. She's leaned out a little. She is putting more into the matches. There's not these real horrible missed spots, with the exception of that big Samoan drop that almost fucking killed somebody.
That might be very well as the young lady knew how to sell it and made it look worse than what it was, I'm sure, because she jumped up and was moving around right away, and there's been no talk of her being injured, but it looked nasty.
It looked like a beast, yeah.
That looked nasty.
So, now, did you watch Cody versus Logan?
Did I watch Cody versus Logan? No. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it. I started watching it. I've watched some of it.
Here's my issue with the match, and actually my issue with Cody Rhodes altogether. Dennis wasn't a fan or was a fan of the drone shot. Dennis, let me know. Was a fan, wasn't a fan. Dennis was a fan of the drone shot. Nice. Here's my thing. Cody Rhodes against Logan Paul. We have given the proper respect to Logan Paul as a wrestler. We begrudgingly do it while gritting our teeth and say that fucker can wrestle. There's a difference between, man, this boy can wrestle, and Cody needs to hit the 3 fucking crossroads in a row to put him away.
Yeah.
That's where you fuck up.
Well, and here's the thing, dude, and we know that I feel like sometimes we're overbooking.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that match-wise. I just mean as we're doing here, most of these guys now aren't like, I'm sure for the big shows, like the big moments, there's always spots, but for the most part, 75% of what they do out there is improvise.
Yeah.
They're calling stuff, they're feeling the crowd. I mean, that's the difference between, pro wrestling now and pro wrestling 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, even if something wasn't working, you just kept doing it.
But that's your go home spot.
Yeah.
You don't do the triple, crossroads without it being said, hey, that's what we're going home with. Dude, Why would you go home with that?
We have bastardized finishing moves to the point where they're not, nobody takes it. We're taking a performer's biggest weapon and we're minimizing it every single time we do it. Nobody got up from the DDT when Jake Roberts hit the DDT, man. Nobody, ever. Go back and watch any match where Jake Roberts hit a DDT. Any match through the entirety of his career, nobody, whether he won the match or not, nobody got up from the DDT. Nobody. Nobody kicked out of the elbow. No. Nobody kicked out of the super kick.
One team kicked out of the 3D, and that happened right when they broke up.
Right. But that was 3D. Like, they gave their blessing.
Yeah, they gave them the okay.
I mean, let's be honest. The the Usos have stole every.
Guns. Thank you.
Oh yeah, dude. They're another grab. But the Usos have pretty much stolen every fucking Dudley Boy thing there. I mean, they use a lot of their shit, bro. They use a lot of their moves, and hats off to them. They're one of the best teams, and Usos is obviously one of the best tag teams in WWE history.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they ain't a great tag team, but we don't know what they can do somewhere else because they ain't never been nowhere else. And I'm not going to give people credit that haven't earned it. So in the WWE, one of the best, greatest tag teams in the world. I love them. I love what they do. I don't know what they'll do outside of WWE. Just like the other, incantations of their family over the years. When they were in the WWE, they were making the best money because they were promoted and used correctly. Everywhere else, they were just a novelty act, man, who got beat up by whoever was the top guys at the time, like the Horsemen. Yeah. Back then, I mean, they were savages, and that's how they were portrayed. This family is, dude, they got kids coming up, like kids still.
Yeah. Well, they're not stopping making kids, buddy.
I mean, wouldn't it be awesome if one day The Rock bought WWE?
I think we're close. I mean, hell, he's already on the board.
He probably carries at least 75% of that and change just walking around at this point. Because, I mean, the guy's a cajillionaire. But, I can see Rock buying WWE 5-10 years down the road.
It'd be crazy. Triple H would have to be dead and gone.
Walk into Triple H's office and go, "You like pancakes?
How about strudel?" Sean.
Sorry, dude. I was watching Will Sasso again today. Dude, I cannot get her. I keep watching. I can't help it. He's so good. He's so good, hero.
Will Sasso.
Yeah, sitting here talking to Jopin. Yeah, talking wrestling. Doing our thing. Cup of coffee in the big cup.
Cup of coffee. You know
Just
what?
Terrible impressions. I know we're awful. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, they're terrible. Do your Dusty Rhodes.
I'm still working on my Jake the Snake, though. I'm gonna break it out. That was brutal. Where
the fuck did that come from? I didn't put that in.
Oh, that was a booster, man. We got 2 strikes left.
No, I didn't even know that was an option.
I didn't either. That was pretty cool. He found that quick. He must have been saving that or using it on his show.
No, that's great.
I have been working on my Jake, though.
Well, let me get a little the Bears from Jake.
You want a little Jake?
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna make you beg. You are gonna get down on your knees and beg for the money. You, dude, that was good. That was dead on. You fucking Brewers fan.
Is that you know what? I'm not gonna go there. That's too cheap of a shot. The Bears. Hard Knocks.
Dude,
I want to see.
I'm excited about it, but I'm also nervous as fuck.
Oh no, I want to see
every time, man. I'm not even gonna say what you know what I was getting ready to say, right? I'm not gonna say it because I'm not putting it out there. I'm not putting it out there. So, I mean, we have everything in place to make at least a push, man, a run. Like, we should be able to win some games this year, like not have a losing record. It'd be nice to win some ball games, and I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but I'm really excited to watch it, dude. I think it's the first time, isn't it, DDJ, for the Bears to be on Hard Knocks?
Let me, while he's answering, play. Oh, it is the first time.
Thank you, brother.
I'm going to spin
and
this
you know
around.
You love my Jake.
I'm the ultimate hater.
Dude,
damn.
Inappropriate.
I want to see your guys' quarterback be Ryan Leaf. I want that so
Dude,
bad.
Why would you wish that on somebody?
In my fucking heart, I want it so bad because I'm a petty fucking motherfucker. I'm not going to lie to you.
Apparently, little bitch.
And I would love to see this kid be in Hard Knocks with the biggest fucking ego and the just
actually, man,
shit of
everybody is saying that the kid is pretty fucking humble behind the scenes. He's a great locker room guy. So I'm not.
Yeah, so dude, the big baller brand.
Look, dude, I mean, it's his rookie year. I don't think he'll Prescott this up. I think he's going to do real well.
Oh, Prescott.
I think he's going to throw for a high amount of touchdowns. I think we're going to at least make the first round, if maybe not the second round of the playoffs.
One of the best statistical Cowboys of all time is Dak Prescott. He doesn't have the skins on the wall, but
That
Fuck
now
it
see,
is.
that was accurate. Dude, when you've won nothing at all, dude, nobody even talks about Dan Marino's stats anymore. Jovan, you know why?
Says he didn't win one.
Because he didn't
Well,
win.
no one's gonna be talking about this kid's stats either, so it's not.
Oh yeah, they will.
Well,
One way or another, they will. If they're shitty, they're going to talk about it because he's going to be the biggest fucking bust in the history of the NFL. And fuck me, I will be a Steelers fan for life. I swear to God, I'm not doing this shit no more. Fuck you, Chicago. I mean, no, not Chicago. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I love you, Chicago.
he loves you, shot town. It's tatted on his ass. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show tonight.
That was cheap, bro. That was just cheap. That was
It
low
was.
hanging
That's
fruit.
why I didn't end the show on that. Come on.
Inappropriate. Just fucking inappropriate, man. Want to give a shout out to Eddie Guerrero, man. Watched the biography last Sunday. They released his biography on A&E, and I got to watch it, and it was 2 hours. It was, man, I miss Eddie. God damn, I miss Eddie. I miss Eddie Guerrero. Just watching him, and a lot of that documentary was footage from the one they released years ago that you can't find anywhere now. Like Cheat and Steal, you remember that one? That was one of my favorites, man. I loved his redemption story. Just what a great talent, and getting to watch. I love watching those legend shows, man. They're just, you learn so much about what these guys went through and what they did to get to where they are, and it was pretty cool. So love you, Eddie.
Love you, Eddie. Love you guys for sticking along with us. Hopefully, we will have our asshole here with us, the premier Joey K. We shall see. Thank you very much for sticking around with us for this hour. Have a good night.
Don't forget to watch. Hey, man, don't forget to watch 5-Star Takes this weekend.
Don't forget to watch 5-Star Takes this weekend. Who should? You know what? Hold on. You like to be the man in the back there all the damn time. Excellent, folks.
He's always been the man in the back.
But you got to admit, that was pretty damn funny.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, want some candy?
Don't. And now it's time for 5-Star Picks.
And now, guitar stirring shit. Question of the week.
Seriously,
you don't like my Jake, man? You didn't think my Jake was good? Oh, come on. It was pretty good. That's why we kicked you off the show.
Sorry, bro. Legends of the Ring Sting, man. This is a great figure, old school figure. Looks great. It's Sting! Old school Sting from WCW. Guys, you know us, 3/4 of the Shootin' Shit team, and we're here with a listener just like you guys. This is Jimmy from Super Powers Comics.
My friend of almost 20 years. He's known him since you were 12.
If you know people in Chicago, you probably know Dennis because he knows half the town, of course. But shooters, if you need action figures, comics, wrestling memorabilia, we just showed you Sting. Superpowers Comics will put up their QR code so you can get a good look at everything they have coming. Give it a shot, shooters. Get your superpowers on and get your comics from our friend Jimmy, who listens just like you.
Attention wrestling fans and fans of Shootin' Shit podcasts. You can now be one of the cool kids by going to ProWrestlingTees.com and buy the official Shootin' Shit t-shirt. Buy it now and be there at ringside.
Be sure to check us out on YouTube at www.youtube.com/@SHOOTINGSHT Find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/groups/SHOOTINSHT. Check us out on TikTok at SHOOTINSHIT. And you can buy your official Shootin' Shit shirt at www.prowrestlingtees.com/SHOOTINSHT. And thanks for watching.